Welcome, everyone. Today, we're starting an educational journey into how faith communities worldwide are actively addressing environmental challenges through sustainability initiatives. We'll examine real-world case studies, highlighting the profound intersection where religious conviction meets environmental stewardship. Our goal is to discover how diverse faith traditions are transforming ancient wisdom into contemporary solutions for our planet's critical ecological issues. Welcome to Module 5. Here, we'll embark on a global learning journey exploring how diverse faith traditions worldwide are actively addressing environmental stewardship. We'll examine real-world initiatives, drawing crucial insights into their theological motivations, practical strategies, and measurable impacts. These examples demonstrate the significant positive contributions of faith-based sustainability efforts and their role in fostering community cohesion. These are the key learning outcomes for this module. We'll describe and analyze diverse faith-led sustainability initiatives globally, focusing on practical, transferable strategies for local adaptation. We'll also evaluate the theological, ethical, and advocacy factors influencing their success. Our goal is to synthesize these lessons to inform the design of future faith-based sustainability projects. Now that we've covered the learning outcomes, let's explore faith-led sustainability. We'll journey through 6 major religious traditions, starting with Christian initiatives focused on biblical stewardship. Next, we'll examine Islamic models rooted in Earth's guardianship, and Jewish projects showcasing ancient wisdom in modern sustainability. Hindu and Buddhist examples will highlight interconnectedness in conservation. Finally, we'll discuss indigenous traditions and interfaith collaborations, revealing transferable strategies for your own community. After exploring the diverse sustainability initiatives across spiritual paths, we'll now examine the core theological beliefs that drive them. You'll see how sacred texts and teachings from various traditions highlight a profound human responsibility to care for creation. These foundational principles show why environmental stewardship is a deeply embedded religious obligation, providing a powerful motivation for sustainability efforts. Following our discussion on the theological foundations of stewardship, let's now look at practical examples within Christian traditions. The biblical mandate in Genesis 2:15, calling humanity to till and keep creation, profoundly shapes these initiatives. We'll explore 2 distinct models, one showing how existing church communities integrate ecological action, and another illustrating dedicated conservation organizations rooted in Christian principles. These case studies highlight diverse approaches to faith-based environmental engagement. Building on our understanding of faith-based environmentalism, let's look at Eco Congregation Scotland. This national movement, established in 2001, successfully mobilizes over 500 churches to integrate ecological stewardship with Christian discipleship. Their comprehensive framework guides congregations through energy reduction, biodiversity projects, and educational initiatives. This practical approach has led to significant impacts, like a 20% average reduction in energy consumption, demonstrating how faith communities can become powerful agents of environmental change. Now let's explore Arocha International, a Christian conservation organization with a truly global reach. They operate across 5 continents, adapting robust conservation strategies to diverse local ecosystems, all while staying rooted in strong theological principles. Their success stems from combining rigorous scientific research with deep community engagement, resulting in projects that improve both environmental health and human well-being. Drawing from Arocha International's work, successful Christian conservation initiatives share common factors. A strong theological foundation ensures stewardship is seen as integral to faith, driving engagement. Existing denominational networks provide efficient channels for sharing resources and expanding projects. Strategic partnerships with secular groups, academics, and government also enhance impact. Finally, practical entry points like sustainable gardening effectively build community momentum. We're now moving from theoretical frameworks to a practical example, Eco Congregation Scotland's carbon reduction strategy. This case study shows how faith communities can tackle the challenge of improving energy efficiency in historic buildings, often with limited budgets. Their systematic approach, prioritizing volunteer engagement and cost-effective steps, offers a replicable model for turning faith principles into real environmental impact and building sustained commitment. After discussing Christian environmental models, let's explore Islamic sustainability initiatives. We'll delve into Quranic teachings that position humanity as Khalifa, or stewards, of creation. We'll examine principles like Mizan, balance, hima, conservation, and waqf, charitable endowment, to see how they drive practical environmental action, showing the holistic approach to sustainability in Islamic communities. Building on our discussion of Islamic sustainability, the Islamic Foundation for Ecology and Environmental Sciences, or IFES, is a key organization translating these principles into practical action. IFES has truly shaped Islamic eco-theology, linking Quranic teachings with current ecological thought. Their initiatives, like creating community water protection zones and green mosque practices, show how concepts such as Khalifa and Mizan actively address today's environmental challenges. Building on the integration of Islamic teachings with environmental stewardship, Indonesia provides a compelling example through its Pesantren Eco Schools. This initiative embeds comprehensive environmental education within Islamic boarding schools, which are vital to the nation's educational landscape. Students engage with topics from an Islamic perspective and participate in practical sustainability projects like organic gardening and waste management. These efforts are led by specially trained religious teachers. This program demonstrates a significant model for fostering ecological awareness and action through faith-based education, extending its impact to numerous communities. Moving from educational initiatives, let's explore financial mechanisms within Islamic traditions. Waqf, an Islamic charitable endowment, offers a powerful framework for environmental stewardship. Historically, Waqf assets supported essential community services. Today, this principle is innovatively applied to address environmental challenges, creating self-sustaining ecological projects. This adaptation highlights the dynamic capacity of Islamic financial instruments to contribute to global sustainability efforts. After exploring Waqf's role in environmental protection, let's examine the foundational Islamic principles behind these initiatives. Core Quranic concepts directly translate into practical environmental projects, showing a holistic approach to stewardship. Mizan, or balance from the Quran, encourages equilibrium in creation, fostering circular economies. Hima, protected zones from the Prophet's time, inspires modern conservation. Khalifa, stewardship, emphasizes our responsibility to care for Earth through education and climate justice. How can these principles be applied in your local context? After exploring Islamic environmental principles, let's now turn to Jewish environmental initiatives. These are deeply rooted in ancient Jewish wisdom, emphasizing the profound connection between humanity and the land. A central concept, tikkun olam, meaning repairing the world, serves as a foundational call to action, encouraging active participation in healing and improving our environment. This movement blends traditional spiritual insights with modern environmental science, showcasing a powerful fusion of faith and ecological responsibility in practical projects. Let's look at a prominent example. Hazan, the Jewish Lab for Sustainability. As North America's largest faith-based environmental organization, Hazan truly applies Tikkun Olam in practice. Their work covers food justice, sustainable agriculture, and climate advocacy, showing how ancient Jewish wisdom, like the Midrash quote you see, inspires modern environmental action. Through programs like Jewish Community-Supported Agriculture and the Adama Farm Fellowship, Hazan nurtures both land and community, fostering a deeper connection to environmental stewardship. Following our discussion on Hazan, let's now look at the Jewish National Fund, or JNF. This organization has a profound historical role in the development of Israel, established in 1901 for land acquisition. Today, its mission focuses on vital environmental restoration, pioneering water conservation, and community development, especially crucial in arid regions. While the JNF's work has faced controversies, its innovative environmental techniques are globally recognized and adopted. Following our look at practical environmental initiatives, let's turn to the foundational ethical principle of Bal Tashchit, meaning do not waste. This biblical prohibition, originally about not destroying fruit trees in war, was expanded by scholars to cover all needless waste. This ancient concept powerfully drives contemporary Jewish environmentalism, inspiring modern applications like zero-waste community efforts, repair cafes, and energy conservation. Bal Tashchit offers a vital ethical lens for today's ecological responsibilities. Now let's move to a practical exercise. Your task is to design a sustainability charter for a synagogue or Jewish community center. We'll follow 4 steps. First, build a strong theological foundation. Second, connect initiatives to the Jewish calendar. Third, engage the entire community. And finally, create a concrete action plan. This process will help us translate ethical principles into real environmental stewardship, actively applying Bal Tashchit. After exploring environmental action within Jewish traditions, we now turn to the rich philosophical and spiritual resources of Hindu and Buddhist traditions. These faiths offer profound perspectives on our relationship with the natural world, rooted in principles like ahimsa, non-harm, and interdependence. These core beliefs have historically inspired and continue to drive significant sustainability efforts across Asia and beyond, shaping a unique approach to ecological stewardship. Let's now explore a prominent Hindu example, the Swadhyaya movement. Founded by Pandurang Shastri Athaval in India, this movement shows how spiritual principles can drive significant ecological restoration. We see initiatives like Vriksha Mandir, where communities cultivate sacred forests, expressing reverence for nature. Yogeshwar Krishi highlights agriculture as an act of devotion, promoting organic farming. These efforts are powered by bhakti, or selfless devotional service, fostering deep communal responsibility and sustainable living, distinct from economic motivations. Moving from the community initiatives of the Swadhyaya movement, let's look at Soka Gakkai International's environmental action. SGI, a global Buddhist organization, deeply integrates environmental ethics into its faith. Their work stems from core Buddhist principles like the interconnectedness of life and reverence for all beings. This perspective drives their comprehensive climate engagement, using education and advocacy to foster global change, especially through youth involvement. Building on ethical frameworks, let's explore practical religious ecological engagement. Hindu traditions imbue rivers like the Ganges with sacredness, leading to large-scale restoration efforts like Namami Gange. These blend spiritual pilgrimages with cleanup campaigns, reinforcing community stewardship. Buddhist monks also innovatively apply their principles to water conservation and forest protection. In Thailand, ecology monks perform tree ordination ceremonies, elevating trees to sacred status to prevent deforestation. This shows a powerful adaptation of ancient spiritual practices to modern environmental challenges. After exploring how faith traditions engage with ecological concerns, let's reflect on sacredness as a motivator for environmental stewardship. In your reflection journal, consider these questions. How does attributing sacredness to nature influence care in different spiritual contexts, including your own? What natural features hold significance for you, and how might emphasizing their sacred dimension encourage greater protection? Finally, how could your spiritual practices evolve to integrate ecological awareness? We'll then share an insight with a partner. Following our exploration of how the sacred can inspire individual environmental care, we now turn our attention to the potent synergy found in collective action. Here, we'll examine the transformative power of collaborations, particularly those between diverse faith traditions and indigenous communities. These partnerships are instrumental in forging powerful environmental initiatives, leveraging indigenous ecological knowledge, and shared ethical commitments to address pressing sustainability challenges. Such efforts underscore how transcending theological distinctions in favor of common values can drive meaningful change. Building on our discussion of diverse collaborations, let's look at a powerful example, the Interfaith Rainforest Initiative. This global alliance unites religious leaders from Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Buddhist, and Hindu faiths, along with indigenous spiritual leaders. Their mission is to halt tropical deforestation in vital regions like the Amazon and Congo Basin. They achieve this by advocating for indigenous rights, developing faith-based education, and influencing policy, demonstrating a unified commitment to safeguarding our planet's ecosystems. Following our discussion on faith and conservation, I want to highlight the remarkable work of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in Australia. They demonstrate an incredible model for environmental stewardship through their land and sea management programs. What's truly inspiring is how they seamlessly blend profound traditional knowledge with cutting-edge contemporary science. This approach isn't just protecting biodiversity, it's a powerful example of how deep cultural connection drives effective conservation. It's a privilege to share their story with you. Building on the powerful example of indigenous communities, let's now look at the broader interfaith climate advocacy movement. We'll explore key moments from 2015 onward, showcasing how religious leaders and their followers from diverse traditions are uniting for climate action. It's truly inspiring to see how they're transforming shared moral imperatives into tangible efforts, demonstrating a growing and impactful presence in global environmental discussions. Following our discussion on broader interfaith climate engagement, let's now focus on the critical role of indigenous women in rainforest conservation. They offer a powerful example for all environmental advocates. Notice how the key insights highlight their unparalleled ecological knowledge, steadfast leadership against destructive industries, and essential function in intergenerational knowledge transfer. The discussion questions invite us to reflect on how these impactful roles can inspire women's involvement within diverse faith traditions in promoting environmental stewardship. All right, everyone, it's time to put what we've learned into practice. In this workshop, you'll design your very own interfaith environmental campaign. Think about a local environmental challenge you care about. Who are your potential faith partners? How can you create a shared message and plan concrete actions together? This is your chance to strategically unite diverse communities for impactful ecological action. Let's get creative and make some real change. After designing your campaigns, we'll now look at Unit 6. Here, we'll consolidate key lessons from the diverse case studies throughout this module. Our goal is to synthesize recurring patterns and successful strategies from faith-based sustainability initiatives. By distilling these insights into practical frameworks, we can equip you with approaches to guide your own environmental efforts within religious and spiritual contexts. We've explored many case studies and identified key factors consistently driving success in faith-based sustainability. These aren't isolated events, they're repeatable patterns. By understanding these common threads, like connecting action to core beliefs, fostering inclusive leadership, building strong partnerships, securing diverse funding, and empowering local communities, you'll gain a powerful framework. Use these insights to guide your own environmental efforts, ensuring they are impactful and sustainable. All right, so we've looked at what makes these initiatives succeed, but honestly, it's not always easy. We often face tough hurdles, cultural resistance, where people might question if environmental action truly aligns with their faith, very real resource limitations, whether it's budget or people power, and sometimes even policy barriers can block efforts. Acknowledging these challenges head-on and preparing for them is crucial for building resilient and impactful work. It's about being realistic, but never losing hope. We've looked at the obstacles. Now let's explore a structured approach to successful faith-based environmental initiatives. This pyramid framework shows 5 interconnected pillars, from a theological vision to tangible implementation. Each layer is crucial, systematically building on the last for resilience and long-term effectiveness. Understanding this progression offers a clear pathway from ideas to practical action and sustained impact. Now that we've looked at a framework for success, let's consider how to apply it. Replicating success means adapting it to your unique context. These 4 guiding questions will help you do just that. They encourage critical reflection on how our framework's principles can be integrated into your faith community. By considering your theological resources, existing community assets, local environmental needs, and potential partners, your initiatives can be tailored for maximum impact, deeply resonating with your local values and realities. Having explored critical questions for contextual adaptation, we now arrive at the core insights from this module. These 5 key takeaways encapsulate the essential principles for effective and sustainable faith-based environmental action. They emphasize the foundational role of theological conviction, the necessity of practical implementation, the synergistic power of collaboration, the importance of tailoring efforts to local conditions, and the unique, enduring perspective that faith communities offer to this global challenge. Understanding these points is crucial for integrating these concepts into your academic and practical engagement. Building on our foundational principles, Module 6 transitions to practical implementation. We will equip you with methods for translating faith-based environmental ethics into tangible actions within your communities. We'll cover initiating and sustaining meaningful sustainability initiatives, including conducting environmental audits, fostering support among leadership and congregants, developing robust action plans, measuring impact, communicating successes, and scaling projects into systemic change. This module provides a clear roadmap for effective implementation. Welcome, everyone. After exploring various faith-based sustainability case studies, let's reflect on what we've learned. The questions on screen are here to spark deeper discussion. Think about how these examples connect with your own faith traditions and what inspires you to act. Also, consider the challenges and opportunities for collaboration, especially across different faiths, in advocating for environmental change. Your insights will truly enrich our shared understanding of these important issues. As we conclude this module, here are some additional resources to deepen your understanding and engagement. The organizations listed represent key players in the interfaith environmental movement, offering valuable insights and practical guidance. We've also outlined crucial next steps, including completing the module assessment and beginning to identify environmental needs within your faith community. These actions will prepare you for our next discussion on implementing sustainable strategies.